what's the next step here for the Warriors, Mark? Obviously, Durant's already told Rachel Nichols that he plans to stay put. So what's next for them?
Well, I think they're going to try to get Clay and Draymond to sign extensions. I expect the core to stay intact. I see them perhaps going to some of their youth. Patrick McCall probably will have a bigger role. Keep an eye on Damon Jones. I know a lot of people don't know him, but I think he'll probably end up being a replacement for JaVale McGee. He's as athletic, just as good, shot block. He reminds me actually of Clint Capella. Just a real stable young player who just got caught up in the numbers and didn't play. Kevon Looney is a restricted free agent, although I think they'll have a good shot at bringing him back. So, Quinn Cook will be back. So, obviously, Livingston and Iguodala will be coming off the bench. So they want to try to add some youth, but they already have some youth on the roster on the bench that I think they're going to give more of a chance to next season.
So, and then the next question, I guess, Mark, is the biggest threat to the Warriors from outside the building. And that would mean
LeBron.
That's it. Yeah. And so my question for you is, what do you think is the biggest threat? LeBron teaming up with somebody or the Celtics? What do you think, Mark?
I think Boston's going to be amazing. Rich, I saw them in the preseason before Gordon Hayward got hurt. I actually picked them to play the Warriors in the finals before the season started. And when I saw them play in Charlotte, they were absolutely amazing together. And Tatum's going to be better. They were like Warriors East, extremely fun to watch. They weren't like the team that played the Cavs in these finals. This team could score. They hit a lot of threes, ran. Kyrie was amazing with this group. Yeah, so wherever LeBron goes, if he goes in the West, he still has to get through the Warriors. So I do think the Celtics are the biggest threat right now.
So then where do you think LeBron goes? Mark, I know that's the million or the max
who
million.
I'm keeping an eye on that nobody's talking about?
Go for it.
What is Chris Paul going to do? See, because I think that's key. They are close. They are really, really close. His days of playing with Wade are done, right, for LeBron. Playing with Melo over, possible, But Chris Paul and him, very close. I could see them joining together with the Lakers. I don't know anything. I just wonder, what is Chris going to do? Is it more attractive to return to Houston and finish it? Or could it be attractive to finally be in a Lakers uniform with LeBron James? Chris still lives in L.A. in the offseason. I think there's a lot for him to think about. So to me, he has a key to this whole thing that perhaps a lot of people are not talking about.
So you think the first conversation after LeBron checks in with his family will be with Chris Paul? He picks up the phone?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they've spoken already. I can't see Chris going to Cleveland, though.
So
if I was Houston, I'd certainly be concerned.
How about that? Where's Kawhi in this whole thing?
Seems like San Antonio's going to let the dust settle and keep him. I wonder how the fans will feel about it. I wonder how his teammates will feel about it. They certainly didn't seem to miss him in the playoffs. They certainly appeared perturbed by him, and I could understand. Not even being there to support them, not during the playoffs, not even being on the bench. I don't buy that he would have been a distraction thing. So I think there's a lot of kissing up to do and hugging for it to work out. But he's just too talented not to. Unless they're trading him for LeBron James, I can't see him going anywhere.
What about LeBron going there, playing for Pop? What do you think about that?
You know what? I think, remember in 2010 when, before the decision, there was a lot of meetings in downtown Cleveland for LeBron where he spoke to the Clippers. It seemed like he spoke to everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if such takes place again, where there's a opportunity for a lot of different people to give a sales pitch. And I know he's a big fan of Popovich. They're really, really close. But, he certainly has a lot to choose from. And I'll bet you there will be at least 10 suitors wanting to knock on their door and see what he. I mean, it's also intriguing that Toronto hasn't hired a coach. Are they waiting to see if he'd be interested so he could hire a coach he wants? You know, it's just. I think there's about 10 horses in this race, and right now, if I was a betting man, I'd pick the Lakers as the front runner.
In the minute I have with you left, Marc, Dwane Casey signed with the Pistons just as we were going on the air. What do you think of that fit?
I saw him over the weekend at the finals. He seemed like he was close to making that decision to go there. They don't have a lot of cap room. I talked to him about that to really do anything. But if you look at the end of the Pistons' regular season, I believe they won like 7 of their last 10 games when they were healthy. So if this team's healthy, they're a playoff team. How far they go, I don't know. There's not much they could do in free agency. But I think Blake Griffin will certainly, and Drummond will certainly do well under Case.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.